Right now, there's a war happening, not out there, but inside you, a war between success and failure, between wealth and poverty, between action and excuses. Every decision you make is a battle. Hit snooze or wake up early. Read a book or scroll through social media. Invest in yourself or waste another year. The winners in life are those who fight for their future. So let me ask you, are you fighting or are you surrendering? Because that choice will determine everything. Slavery still exists today. Not the kind with chains and whips, but the kind that keeps people stuck in mediocrity. The kind that whispers you'll never be rich. You're not smart enough. You're not lucky enough. These are the invisible chains that keep people trapped in a poor mindset. There's a thief lurking in your mind, stealing your dreams, your confidence, and your potential. It doesn't break in loudly, it sneaks in quietly with whispers like, "What if you fail? What will people think?" It convinces you to stay small, to hesitate, to settle. These are forces that try to hold you back, that keep you small and stop you from reaching your full potential. And one of the biggest enemies? Pessimism. Pessimism isn't just seeing the negative, it's believing that the negative is all there is. Life has both sides. If a glass is half empty, it's also half full. But pessimism will try to convince you that it's only half empty. And if you buy into that, you'll see every challenge as a dead end instead of a stepping stone. So what do? You educate pessimism. You take charge of your own mind. You remind yourself, yes, things might not be perfect, but they're not hopeless either. I have the power to shape my future. Because if you let negativity control you, it won't stop at your thoughts. It'll seep into your actions, your habits, your life. Think of nature. A tree provides shade, offers fruit, gives life. But when threatened, nature also fights back. A mother bear won't hesitate to attack if her cubs are in danger. A warrior defends his land. And just like them, you must be ready to stand up against anything that threatens your future, whether it's fear, doubt, or the voices telling you it's not possible. And here's one more thing. Never apologize for winning. If you worked hard, if you showed up, if you gave your best effort and created success, there is nothing to apologize for. The world benefits when good people win. When you succeed, you inspire others to believe they can too. When you create wealth, you can help more people. So when you step into your success, do it with confidence. Walk back into your community knowing that you earned it. And don't ever let anyone make you feel guilty for achieving what they could have, but didn't. You deserve it. The greatest battle you will ever fight is not in the marketplace, not in your job, not in your business, it is in your mind. That's where success is won or lost. Every great achievement starts as a thought, and every great failure begins with a doubt. Your mind is a battlefield, and if you don't take control, negativity will. It's waiting, lurking, ready to convince you that you can't, that you're not good enough, that success is for someone else. If you don't stand guard at the gates of your mind, the enemies of doubt, fear, and excuses will march right in and take over. Pessimism is one of the most dangerous enemies of success. It sneaks in quietly and convinces you that the world is against you, that nothing works, that the odds are stacked too high. And here's the problem with pessimism. It's convincing. It gives you reasons that sound logical. The economy is bad. It's too late to start. What if I fail? It makes failure seem like a certainty before you even begin. But let me tell you something, pessimism is a liar. It will show you the glass half empty and convince you that it will never be full. You've got to be smarter than pessimism. A man once told me, I just see things realistically. But what he really meant was, I only see the negative side of reality. Yes, the glass is half empty, but it's also half full. A negative mind will never lead to a positive life. You've got to train yourself to see opportunity where others see obstacles. Then, there's fear. The master illusionist. Fear is a trick, a con artist that magnifies the worst-case scenario. It whispers, what if you fail? What if they laugh at you? What if you lose everything? But let me ask you this. What if you succeed? What if they respect you? What if you win everything? The mind always plays out the worst scenario first, But successful people train themselves to play out the best scenario. I remember a man who told me he was afraid to start his business because he might lose his investment. I asked him, "What's the alternative?" He said, "Staying at my job, but I hate it." I said, "So you're telling me you'd rather live with guaranteed misery than take a chance at success?" The truth is, you will always feel fear. But the question is, will you let it stop you? The wealthy feel fear too. The difference is, they do it anyway. Excuses are another enemy, and they are more dangerous than failure itself. Do you know why? Because excuses guarantee failure before you even try. They convince you that you are powerless. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I don't have the skills. Excuses sound like reasons, but they're not. They are justifications for inaction. I knew a man who said he wanted to start his business, but kept making excuses. "I don't have the money," he said. I asked, "Do you have a phone? Do you have the internet? Do you have time to learn?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Then you have everything you need to start." You see, the wealthy don't wait for perfect conditions, they create them. They find a way, not an excuse. The moment you stop making excuses, you start making progress. And then there's doubt, the silent killer of dreams. Doubt is subtle, but it's deadly. It doesn't say, "You will fail." It says, "What if you're not good enough?" And if you entertain that thought long enough, it grows. It paralyzes. It makes you question your abilities, your worth, your potential. But let me tell you something. No one starts out confident. Confidence is not something you wait for. It is something you build. And you build it through action. The first time I stood up to speak, I wasn't confident. I was nervous, uncertain. But I did it anyway, and after I did it once, I knew I could do it again. That's how confidence is built, by doing, not by waiting. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. Successful people take action despite their doubt. So here's the challenge. Recognize the enemies of your mind and take them down one by one. When pessimism tries to convince you that success is impossible, remind yourself that others have done it. And if they can, so can you. When fear whispers that you might fail, respond with, "Yes, but what if I succeed?" When excuses try to stop you, replace them with solutions. When doubt creeps in, take action before it takes control. The mind is a battlefield, but victory belongs to those who take charge of their thoughts and refuse to surrender to negativity. Your mind is the most valuable asset you own, but it is also the most vulnerable. It can be strengthened, sharpened, and trained for success, or it can be weakened, poisoned, and manipulated by negativity. If you want to live an extraordinary life, you must protect your mind like a warrior defends his territory. Guard it fiercely, because whatever enters will take root, grow, and shape your destiny. Negativity is everywhere. It's in the news, in social media, and conversations with people who have long given up on their own dreams. If you're not careful, you will absorb it without even realizing it. Have you ever noticed how spending time with a negative person drains your energy? How listening to someone complain makes you feel heavier? That's because negativity is contagious. It spreads, it multiplies, and it weakens your resolve. If you let it in even for a moment, it starts working against you, whispering doubts, amplifying fears, and convincing you that success is impossible. That's why you must be on guard at all times. You must protect your thoughts the same way you protect your home. You wouldn't allow thieves to walk into your house and take what they want. So why would you allow toxic ideas to enter your mind and steal your confidence, your motivation, and your dreams? One of the greatest ways to guard your mind is to be intentional about what you feed it. Just like the body, the mind operates on the fuel it's given. Feed it junk and it will perform poorly. Feed it wisdom, knowledge, and inspiration, and it will perform at its best. I knew a man who was struggling financially, always worried about bills, always stressed about money. I asked him what he read, what he listened to, what he spent his time learning. He laughed and said, "I don't have time for that. I just watch whatever's on TV." And there it was. He was feeding his mind with entertainment instead of education. He was consuming distractions instead of solutions. If you want to be wealthy, you must study wealth. If you want to be successful, you must immerse yourself in the mindset of success. Read books that challenge you. Listen to people who have done what you want to do. Expose yourself to ideas that force you to think bigger, to see possibilities instead of limitations. If you fill your mind with wisdom, success becomes inevitable. And while you're doing that, take a look at the people around you. Are they pushing you forward or holding you back? Are they lifting you up or dragging you down? The people in your life are either adding value or subtracting from it. They are either building your confidence or feeding your doubts. I once met a man who was full of potential but surrounded by the wrong people. Every time he shared his ideas, they laughed at him. Every time he talked about his dreams, they told him to be realistic. He had the talent, the drive, but he was trapped in an environment that kept him small. I told him, you can't fly if you're surrounded by people who are afraid of heights. He had to make a choice, to stay comfortable with his old circle or to step out and find people who challenged him to grow. The moment he changed his environment, his mindset shifted. The moment his mindset shifted, his results followed. Your success is shaped by your surroundings. If you want to win, surround yourself with winners. But even with the right environment, the right information, and the right mindset, there's one thing you must fully accept. Your success is your responsibility. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you the life you want. No one owes you anything. And that's good news, because it means you are in control. Too many people wait. They wait for the government, for the economy, for their boss, for a lucky break. They wait for someone else to change their situation instead of realizing they have the power to change it themselves. I knew a man who spent years complaining about how life was unfair, how he never got opportunities, how nothing ever worked out for him. But when I asked him what he was doing to change his circumstances, he had no answer. Complaining had become his habit. Excuses had become his comfort. But comfort is a trap. It keeps you stuck while giving you the illusion of safety. The truth is, success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who take action. The moment you stop waiting for someone to save you and start taking full ownership of your life, everything changes. And here's something else. Challenges are not obstacles. They are fuel. Struggles are not setbacks. They are opportunities. Every challenge carries a lesson, and those lessons are what build strength, wisdom, and resilience. The problem is, most people see challenges as reasons to quit. They see struggle as proof that they should give up. But the most successful people in the world didn't succeed because life was easy. They succeeded because they learned how to turn adversity into fuel. I knew a man who lost his job, went through a financial crisis, and instead of feeling sorry for himself, he used it as motivation. He told himself, I will never be in this position again. That hunger, that drive led him to start his own business. And today, he's financially free, not because life was fair to him, but because he turned his challenges into every setback carries within it the seed of a comeback. But it's up to you to find it. The battle for success is fought in the mind long before it's won in reality. Guard your thoughts. Feed your mind with success. Surround yourself with people who push you to be better. Take full responsibility for your life. And when challenges come, and they will, use them as fuel to go even further. The moment you do these things, you step into a new reality where success is not just possible. Your thoughts are the foundation of your future. They dictate your decisions, your habits, and ultimately your success. What you focus on expands, and what you believe about yourself becomes your reality. The difference between those who build wealth and those who struggle isn't luck, talent, or intelligence. It's mindset. Shift your thinking, and your actions will follow. I remember when I first started on my journey to success, I wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed. I wasn't the most talented, and I certainly wasn't born into wealth. But one thing I learned early on was that if I changed the way I thought, I could change my life. Someone handed me a book when I was just starting out, and that book changed everything. It taught me that my thoughts controlled my destiny. And I started to ask myself, what have I been feeding my mind? Because just like your body is a result of the food you eat, your life is a result of the thoughts you think. If you're constantly thinking about limitations, failures, and why things won't work, your actions will reflect those thoughts. But if you train your mind to seek possibilities, solutions, and opportunities, suddenly, doors will start opening. Your income is a direct reflection of your mindset. Broke thinking leads to broke results. Wealthy thinking leads to financial success. I meet people all the time who say, if only I made more money, I'd be set. But here's the truth. If you have a poor mindset, no amount of money will save you. You'll spend it, waste it, or lose it, because you haven't developed the discipline to manage and grow it. That's why people who win the lottery often go broke within a few years. They received money, but they didn't change their mindset. Meanwhile, a person with a wealth mindset could lose everything today, and within a few years, they'd build it all back up, because they understand how money works. The key isn't just making more money, it's becoming the kind of person who attracts and keeps wealth. And that brings us to the difference between scarcity thinking and abundance thinking. People with a scarcity mindset believe there's only so much success to go around. They think that if someone else wins, it means they lose. They operate from fear, afraid to invest, afraid to take risks, afraid to bet on themselves. And that fear keeps them stuck. But the wealthy operate from an abundance mindset. They know that opportunity is limitless. They know that success is not a pie where one person's slice takes away from someone else's. The world is full of opportunities for those who seek them. I remember a man who once told me, "Jim, I'd love to start my own business, but there are already too many people doing it." I said, "That's like saying you don't want to go to the gym because there are already too many people getting in shape. Success isn't limited, it's earned. The ones who win are the ones who decide they will. And if you want to win, you don't have to figure everything out on your own. Success leaves clues. Every successful person was once where you are. They struggled, they faced challenges, they doubted themselves, but they pushed forward. That's why you must study those who have already succeeded. Read their books. Listen to their wisdom. If someone has built the kind of life you want, model their habits. I had a mentor early on who told me, don't just admire successful people, learn from them. I took that advice seriously. I started studying the wealthy, reading about their habits, their routines, their mindset. And I realized that success isn't an accident. It's a formula. If you follow it, you will get the results. But here's the key. You can read every book, attend every seminar, and listen to every success story, but nothing will change unless you take action. And action requires discipline. Discipline is what separates the dreamers from the doers. It's easy to set goals. It's easy to say you want financial freedom. But will you do what's necessary? Will you wake up earlier, work harder, and push through the discomfort? Or will you fall back into old habits? Discipline destroys self-doubt. If you lack confidence, take action. Confidence doesn't come from wishing, it comes from doing. I remember when I was too nervous to speak in front of a room full of people. I thought, what if I mess up? What if they don't take me seriously? But I did it anyway, and I kept doing it. Over time, my confidence grew, not because I stopped feeling nervous, but because I proved to myself that I could handle it. Action eliminates fear. If you fear failure, take action. If you fear rejection, take action. If you fear success, take action. The more you do, the more you grow. This is your life. This is your opportunity. Your thoughts shape your reality. Your mindset determines your income, and your discipline builds your success. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is the decision to change. Make that decision today. You have everything you need to succeed already within you. The only question is, will you use it? Every great success story begins with a decision to think differently, to act differently, to rise above excuses and limitations. Your mindset is the foundation of your future. If you believe in scarcity, you'll always feel like there's not enough. But if you embrace abundance, you'll realize opportunities are everywhere, waiting for you to seize them. Your financial success, your personal growth, your dreams, everything starts with shifting the way you think. Wealth isn't just about money, it's about becoming the kind of person who attracts success. And that requires discipline, courage, and a commitment to constant growth. You don't need permission to chase greatness. No one is coming to hand you success. It's up to you to take it. So what will you do with this knowledge? Will you let it inspire you for a moment and then return to old habits, or will you take action? Will you start feeding your mind with success, surrounding yourself with winners, and stepping into the person you were meant to be? The time for waiting is over. The time for doubt is over. The time for action is now. Decide today that you will think like a millionaire, act like a millionaire, and build the life you deserve. The choice is yours.